Oh, yeah.
Bless and love, my lords. Welcome to another PunksTalk powered by Redlioneye. I'm joined here today, as always, by our super good friend and co-founder of Redlioneye, Dudley. How's it going?
Hey, what up? What up? It's my.
How was your weekend?
Oh, it was okay. I was planting trees actually. I was touching grass,
I was smoking trees.
You smoke plants, I plant plants.
Well, that's why we make a good
Yeah.
team, man. Balance.
Yeah, that's a balance.
So today we have the pleasure to have a punk with us whom I met, and I think you are the first returning punk to the show, if I'm not wrong. We also spoke before on the show, right?
Good morning, guys. Yes, we have spoken on the show previously, and yeah, it's super fun to be back.
Hey, welcome.
Fantastic. Oh man, he's such a nice guy, Dudley. You have to meet him live. Are you coming to New York?
Not sure yet when I'm coming to New York, but yeah, Paris was real fun. So it's a shame you didn't manage to come over, Dudley.
Yeah, I know.
It would have been nice to meet there as well.
Yeah, it's much closer to Paris than New York, But for us, going to New York is like super exciting, We can go to
so
Paris.
So you guys are all
weekend.
going to New York?
Yes, me and Dudley will meet first time together
in New York.
In New York.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Yeah, likewise, man. It's already coming. It's 2 weeks, and yeah, we're flying.
Super excited. So, how are you doing, man? I see a lot of updates with your project, and you are running it a lot. So, yeah, give us an update. How are you first, and then let's talk about ForeverPunks.
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing fine. Currently, I'm walking in a nice French garden. I am in Bordeaux, visiting friends. And so, yeah, apologies if you hear some geese in the background or something like that. But other than that, yes, super busy. A lot of updates with my project, ForeverPunks. Going to be a big week for us this week. And yeah, I was not touching that much grass this weekend. I was working a lot preparing the mint that we're going to have this week. So looking forward to dive into that on the show.
So what exactly is ForeverPunks? How would you describe it in a short sentence?
Yes. When it started out, it was a tool to find your forever punk. But since then, which was like 9 months ago, it evolved a lot, and now we're turning it into a fully featured punk-specific marketplace. And the big feature we're going to roll out in 2 weeks' time is proper bidding for punks. And so that's what we're.
What does that mean?
I mean, what does that mean? So as you guys probably all know, punks are not ERC 721. They're not. They don't have the NFT standard as we know it. So that doesn't have the collection and trade bidding out of the box that we're used to with other collections like Bored Apes, for example. And
correct, you need to wrap it in order to have those capabilities.
Well, exactly. I mean, now what's happening with Blur is quite interesting. But if you notice, there is only bidding on the floor with Blur, right? Because when you wrap your punk, essentially you don't have the trait meta within it. So you can only have collection bidding on Blur. So what essentially we're going to roll out in the coming weeks is non-wrapped punk bidding, and not just on collections, but across all different trait levels. So you can make a hoodie specific bid, or I don't know, Dudley, you're a big beard guy, so you can bid on just big beards, or you can literally you'll be able to tailor to any specific subset of punks and bid across those without wrapping your punk, and without the danger of being front run or that kind of stuff.
Nice, man. That's very interesting. And how exactly will it work? Like when you put a bid for a specific trade or something, do you have to deposit it in the contract, or like walk us through how does it work?
Yeah, so 3-4 months ago, when I reached out to one of my best friends, Philippe, who's an amazingly good Solidity developer and smart contracts dev, I asked him, "Listen, there's this problem with the Punks market currently. Can we fix it?" And so yeah, as you said, currently you have to, if you go into the current CryptoPunks market, you would have to lock up your ETH in one punk. You can bid at one punk at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And if that bid gets accepted, it's, and if it's a good bid, it's very likely going to be front run by bots. And this has caused that over the past, let's say, year and a half or 2 years, trading for punks has really like faded away and
Yeah, I am. I really don't want to. I was going to. I was a victim of this. I was going to buy. What was her name? Marla or Carla or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm talking with the guy, and he's like 220 ETH. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And right before I put the bid, actually, he makes it available to me, to my address for this price, and then immediately OTC Punks comes in. I don't know, he bid 225 or something, and I'm like, and the dude is like, oh, someone is bidding more. And I'm like, okay, one second, until I understand what's going on. I'm like, move ETH around. And he's like, oh man, I have to accept. Like, boom. And the guy like took the money immediately, and another time I was bidding into a punk. And I was like, okay, the guy tells me, okay, I'm going to accept the bid. I can't remember which one was it. And I didn't. He accepted the bid, but it wasn't me who got the punk.
Yeah, I mean, also what you're describing here is that you have to have like discussions with the buyers and the seller, and that shows how inefficient the market is. Like ideally there wouldn't be like, this chat groups or Discord where you have to reach out to the buyer. If you want to buy, I don't know, for example, a zombie punk, then you place a bid of 600 ETH or 700 ETH or whatever it is, and then whoever wants to accepts it. You shouldn't have to like reach out one by one finding a seller. It's like and that shows kind of how early this is. And this is not a problem in other NFT collections, like, for example, Bored Apes, right? If you want to buy a gold fur Bored Ape, you just go on OpenSea or wherever you go, and you put up 500 WETH trade bid on gold fur, and then everyone can see that that's the bid. Now they can accept or not, right?
Yeah.
And that currently does not exist with punks, which is, if you think of it, very surprising.
And how is it going to work with the marketplace? Are you guys going to be charging a fee?
Yes, and that like leads me on to what we're kind of dropping this week. So we're thinking, what would be the best way to do this to also have like a sustainable model? And we decided that we're going to make the bidding feature available at a small fee, and the fee will be 0.25. 0.5%. In other words, if let's say a bid gets accepted that is 100 Ethereum, then the fee charged by the marketplace is going to be 0.5 ETH, right? And now we're thinking that, okay, this is all good and nice, but we don't want something where, okay, we're now a company and that's kind of collecting, commission fees. We would like something more kind of community driven, because, at the end of the day, Punks is like the ultimate, community project. So we decided, would there be a way to somehow involve the community and share the fees of the platform with the community, okay? And so this is where we decided we are going to drop 1,000 passes, 1,000 NFTs, And essentially, the utility of an NFT will be that you will participate in the revenue share of the platform. So, for example, if there is a 0.5%, if there's a 0.5 ETH commission fee that comes into the platform, that doesn't come to us, but it goes to all the 1,000 NFT holders as like passive income or something. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but we're gonna, as a team, of course, we're gonna also like withhold, some of the passes to kind of have our incentives aligned. But yeah.
Why are you doing mint passes and you just don't do it to all punks?
Well, that's actually a very good question. Firstly, we will be selling these mint passes this week, actually. And I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into a project like this, developing, a platform. Now we're currently going through audit. We had a lot of legal, so we had a lot of costs on our end, and we essentially need to raise money, right? So firstly, the sale will be to kind of fund the project and to raise money. And also, we would like to give kind of the opportunity for anyone who wants to kind of support the project to be able to, chip in and, buy a pass. And that would be, come to us and to fund the project. So, I mean, we were thinking of, we could somehow, derive it back to punks, the value directly. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of, inactive punks that are dormant. You don't know who. And we would like to have the most kind of active members engaged. And that's how, we came up with these 1,000 passes. And I think that's an easy number to understand.
Are the passes limited to punk owners, or someone can be not a punk owner and buy those passes?
Yeah, so they're not limited to punk owners, but so tomorrow we will have the allow list mint. So any punk that wants to hop on the allow list, it's going to be at a slight discount.
But you said that you want the profits to be going towards punks. But the allow list will open to non-punks also, I think.
So we'll have a few non-punks on the allow list, but any punk will get direct access to allow list. But back to your point, developing a platform like this indirectly brings value to punks, So,
oh no, I understand, and I understand completely what the costs are, and it's really difficult to create anything in this space, especially if it's not something that is going to get people rich in short term. So it is. Sorry, I dropped my phone. So congratulations that you developed it. My only, let's say, comment is about you said that, and I like it that you said that you don't want to become a company and be increasing the revenues, and because that's not something you're after, but rather you want to give it back to the community, to the punks. And yeah, if the pass is open to more than the punk community, then I don't see how that happens in a way, So my comment is there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel what you mean. I mean, the passes, they're, how to say, they're not cheap. 0.3 ETH is not like, your cheap degen collection as such. So I would say that, punks generally, they're in this NFT space, they're more financially wealthy. And I guess it's more towards that price range that we priced it. But yeah, as you said, building a proper project during the bear market, as you guys probably know, is not no easy task. And I guess you guys are also in the same boat with Redlioneye,
Yeah. We have been funding the project out of pocket for
really?
1.5 years now. Yeah, of course. Do you see our sales? How do you think this keeps going?
And so if I may ask, what's kind of the mid to long term vision on the business model side of things for you guys?
the idea is that since we are not like we have a lean and mean model, so we are very resilient and flexible, but we want to grow aggressively, and that needs a lot more funds, to create teams and be sustaining our projects and different arms of the ecosystem. It needs a lot of money. Basically, you need one person almost for everything. Um, for every little action, you need one person plus a whole team for the whole department. So it is extremely hard. But the long-term vision is to be, as we say, a low-risk, high-culture NFT ecosystem. We have our news. People will be able to come publish their own magazines. Um, there will be the print media platform artists can print and create their own physicals verifiably and all of that stuff that then applications that add value like Rotten Tomatoes for NFTs and stuff like that we want to do. But you know how labor and cost demanding all of these things are. So
yeah.
it is.
I mean, it's important indeed to keep as lean as possible. I mean, currently we are on our side. We're two full-time guys and one designer. But I get the feeling that for builders during the bear market, it's just a question of like being able to stick around long enough till the bull returns. Because I feel that projects like yours or mine, if the bull market comes, it will just skyrocket, and so that's my take. Just push through till the bull market comes, and I think good things can happen.
Yeah, that's the long-term bet, right? Betting on quality and that the market will change and people will appreciate that. So yeah, I also agree and I believe in that, and that's why we keep the show going. And also because we love what we are doing, man. It's not just about putting it out there and getting the sales. It's also about it's a purpose to life, right?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't feel like work anymore at some point. It's just part of your day, part of your life. It doesn't feel like Monday. If you know what I mean.
Exactly.
It feels just like it's what I would do even if I wouldn't get paid for it. And it's lucky to be in those shoes, I guess. And also, like when we were in Paris, it was just so fun to be part of the community. We went to the Punks branch. We were hanging out in cafes with all these NFT people. It was super fun. It was nice to have your thing you're working on. That you can share with others, and also I noticed that there are many punks that they're deep into punks, but in their real life, their real work is not Web3, not NFT or crypto related, and that's fine, that's fine. But I believe to get to the world where we really all want to get to, where crypto is mainstream, NFTs are mainstream, I think we have to invest more than just our money. We also have to invest our personal time, and that comes with you working on an NFT project, me working on an NFT project, and just invest our time as such. Towards these.
I totally agree on that. And creating value around punks is what makes them so great. I don't know. Did you see the image that Spot and Pike created with all the punk founders and their projects?
Yes, it's super funny you mentioned that. I actually just had a call this morning with Spot. The guy was in Montenegro, actually showing me his view from his balcony. So we had a good laugh over the Do Kwon arrest. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing, the punks community is just amazing. Everyone seems to be building something, and that includes you guys and me. So that's super cool.
Yeah, so that image puts into perspective, how it is, how this decentralized community is shaping up, and it's creating, the new value for punks. I mean, like the value beyond the art and beyond the value of like having one of the first NFTs, like what started everything, but just being part of this group of people, or if you want to signal, I'm one of the trailblazers of the space. I think every people who would want to signal that they would need a punk in the future, and this is the value that we are adding, decentralized, and each punk with their own work, even if it's connected to others or not, right?
Yeah. And yeah, it's definitely such a young and vibrant community. Like when I was in London or Paris, like everyone's like young and ambitious. Like they're not your typical suits guy. Who's like climbing some career ladder. And yeah, I myself was lucky to to do an internship when I was 16, and I spent a whole summer having to wear suits, and it was just some stupid finance job, and that was good enough for me to decide that fuck it, suits is not my way of going, and once you enter crypto and NFTs, it's now I'm literally wearing a hoodie, and if you think of the hoodie punk, that's literally the type of person I am. I actually have now a big red shades on, which I bought, of course, because I like the punk trait that I have. But I'm wearing hoodie and big red shades now, so
nice.
Which is very different than your typical Wall Street suits type of person.
You need to pierce your right ear also and have a golden ring.
Yeah. So I haven't gotten around to that quite yet. Still missing a tattoo as well. But actually, I was thinking that if I get my first tattoo, it will definitely be a punk. Like, guys, like, I don't know what other tattoos I would want to have at the moment most. Just a punk, really.
I have thought about this a lot in my life, to have a tattoo or not. I still haven't had my first tattoo, and I don't know if I had the tattoo, what would be it? There would be like so many things I want to say. I'm so unsure.
Redlioneye logo, of course. What do you think, man?
I'm so unsure. Like what I want to print on my body forever.
maybe we'll rebrand. So yeah, but
yeah, dude, your body is like the blockchain. Once it's minted, it's in your body. There's no like way of taking it out.
Oh yeah, they can laser it out. You can always
No, I guess I will have like a tattoo before I get to become 40. I think I want one too now.
Yeah. But yeah, so just a quick question on your end, because I see you have like 3 beautiful punks. What was the backstory of how you got those and when you got them? Because I know we did our previous episode and then you asked all about kind of my story. But I'm curious to hear, like, where did you get, like, how and when did you get these 3 amazing punks? Especially because if I'm not mistaken, you're in Greece. You're from Greece, right?
Yeah.
And over there, maybe the NFT community is a bit smaller than in all these other countries.
Oh well, I never identified with Greek people. I mean, I have 0 friends here, so I'm not really involved locally in anything. I just live here now. I used to be a sailor, so I was sailing a lot and living in a lot of different countries around the world.
Yeah.
So to get to your questions, when I found punks, well, I got into NFTs, and like punks were like, I don't know, less than an ETH or around an ETH, somewhere there.
Yeah.
And like crypto kitties were like old and dead by then, and I'm like, yeah, punks kind of seem like old and dead, but I don't know. I started looking more into them, and yeah, I bought my first 10 punks, 8 punks or whatever from Nate around that time. But I truly understood what punks were like, I don't know, a year maybe after I was already holding them.
Yeah.
It took some time to really understand. At the beginning I thought, okay, first punk images on the blockchain or whatever, first PFP, and very enthusiastic, amazing community. I met a lot of amazing people,
Yeah.
So,
and how did you first find out about it? Like, was it like Reddit or what? How did you come across it?
Well, I cannot remember like the first time I saw it, or like I definitely cannot remember the first time. But like when I came into the space, I was reading some Pranksy articles about how to flip, and immediately I got into NBA Top Shot. They had this. They had the closed beta going, and I really wanted to get in, and I was out of nowhere, and I was lucky. I only had like 3 kitties in my wallet I bought for like, I don't even know why, and they got me in, and I met a lot of people in there. So there were a lot of punk PFPs, a lot of punk people in there. So
Yeah. I mean, then you just get hooked. Like once you're in, it's hard to get out.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it was like that or I saw them from before also, but I think I was aware of the collection and everything. I was coming to the server because all my friends were like into that server, in the punk server, and they were punks one way or the other, whether they were wearing it or not. So yeah, I always felt that this was a good spot, and then I bought them, and then I sold them, and these were the punks that I actually got from Mr. 703. We were putting lowball bid on sleeping wallets, and this guy had like 700 punks and like no transactions.
Yes.
And we put the bids. I think I paid 5 for this one and 4 for my vampire.
So just to get back to bidding, so you did do bidding on the punk website. So you would lock up your ETH on one punk at a time. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I had to lock up 9 ETH on those 2 bids, and Pirk removed his bids because 1 month passed, and it was like, okay, it's a dead account. I told you, just take out your ETH. And I was lazy, And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. The week started passing. Couple of weeks later, I wake up in the morning, a lot of tags in the punk Discord. I felt like King fucking Kong, I was like, but at the time it was like I got a 10, because this was a 5 trader. I don't know. This was like a 25 punk ETH. I got him for 5 ETH,
Yeah. But so what you're describing essentially is that you had to lock up 5 ETH or 9 ETH, and it would just sit there, do nothing, and you had no real kind of guarantee that anything would happen to it. Let me just describe you another scenario which we're thinking of doing. We're also thinking of adding possibility to bid with different ERC20 tokens, right? So the first thing we will roll out is with wrapped ETH, WETH, right? But then we're thinking of also giving the possibility of bidding with a staked ETH, right? And staked ETH is essentially like earning you passive income just by having it there. So think of this scenario. Imagine you want a hoodie punk, right? And you want to give like a lowball bid on a hoodie punk. I don't know, let's say 160. You could make like 160 staked ETH lowball bid across all hoodie punks. And in both cases, you're a winner, right? So if the bid does not get accepted, you just have your staked ETH there and you're like earning passive income on it. And if it gets accepted, you're still happy because you get a hoodie punk for like a lowball amount, 160. So,
but is it increasing?
What do you mean?
So let's say after, let's say a year, will it be 161?
Well, so the way staked ETH works is that, the conversion back to ETH changes over time, right? So in 1 year time, one staked ETH is, let's say, 1.1 ETH. I'm just giving some numbers here.
Yeah.
but then essentially you can basically leave 160 staked ETH locked up in a lowball bid, and that would work, right?
Yeah, you will be getting like the plus, but does the plus goes towards the bid, or you can keep it as like discount, sort of speak?
I think it will be part. It will be part of the bid, yes. But listen, every like 2-3 months you can update your bid, of course, right?
Yeah.
And let me just give you another example. Let's say we're also looking into add US dollar coin bidding, right?
Mm-hmm.
So fiat coin bidding.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we believe, and I'm sure you believe as well, punks will see a lot of like institutions coming in, right? So funds that want to buy, high value punks, like I don't know, an ape or.
I hate this idea, man.
Well, whether we like it or not, I totally see funds saying, "Fuck it, we want a zombie or we want an ape," you know.
Mm-hmm.
And these.
But what does this represent? Why? It's like I see it like, oh, I cannot be cool. Like, how can I be cool by paying for it? Or like they have no connection to it. There is no, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, so how I feel about it, I think just like this narrative that now we have with Bitcoin, that it's a hard asset that protects against inflation, blah, blah, blah. The same way, I think punks are a very good, hard asset and, potentially a safe haven where money can flee, And so when I think of an institution coming in, these people currently, they think in terms of US dollar coins. So for example, they would not lock up 600 or 700 ETH in a bid, right? They would more prefer locking up, let's say, $500,000, because on their balance sheet, they have dollars, right? And so having the possibility to have them lock up dollars for, 2-3 months whilst they have their bid in, they don't have that ETH exposure that fluctuates, and that's something definitely that we see we think might have usage in the future.
Do you like the idea of like institutions and like VC organizations owning punks as financial instruments?
I mean, listen, I much prefer, individuals like you and I owning it, because there's this personal factor to it. But at the end of the day, VCs and funds owning these assets, like for example, the museums owning a punk, definitely brings credibility towards the space, right? Towards the collection. So yes, listen, I prefer having a beer or a coffee with a fellow punk holder. I think an institution or a museum holding a punk is just bringing like credibility to the collection, to the space. So in some sense, I am not against it. But yeah, I mean, what's your take? Are you like completely against it, or how do you feel? I think you're on mute now.
Hey, Red, you there?
Sorry, man, my phone was ringing. I missed the last part.
You said you have no friends, man. Who's calling?
Well, my mom. My mom.
Okay.
Actually, my mom was calling me.
Yeah, you should tell her you have spaces, man.
I was trying to answer it on the PC, but sorry, what was the question?
No, I mean, I said that in general, like, I'm not against institutions coming in to buy punks, like museums, such sort of institutions, but I don't know, you seem to be somewhat against it. Like what do you think?
No, not at all. I love the idea of museums and organizations and institutions having them. I love the idea of like becoming a signal for innovators and builders and people who want to actually contribute, for artists, for creatives, for whatever, I just don't like the idea of becoming a wealth symbol for a Hollywood rich kid or like a VC or whatever, then I don't see any value in being a punk, Okay, I will just sell it, get the money, and that was it, I guess.
That's what I felt a lot with the Bored Ape collection, especially last year. That it was very much in the celebrity realm, and that's why personally I felt more identified with the punk holders. These builders, these kind of thinkers, these smart people.
Yeah. More of a mainstream normie thing and hype. Don't forget, man. It was only, I would say, 7-8 years ago. People were fighting outside lines to pay $20,000 for an outfit that looked like shit, Supreme and that stuff. So I think. There's a lot of people that will go nuts for like any sort of hype or like mainstream flex sort of hype, clout, whatever. There's definitely an audience for that.
I don't know if you guys just saw, there was the Gucci just announced a partnership with Yuga. Did you guys see that?
No.
Like literally,
I think
a couple of hours ago, they tweeted that Gucci and Yuga Labs are having a partnership, and the Gucci account tweeted about it. So yeah, that's very much aligned with this brand signaling kind of narrative.
In Paris, we met someone that was working for Louis Vuitton. It's like a huge, massive company, right?
Yeah. I mean, Louis Vuitton belongs to the, what's it called, the
LMVH.
LMVH, the Arnault family, and they also own Tiffany. So the CEO of Tiffany, owns a punk. He did the NTIF, right? We all know. What's his name? What's the guy's name?
Who
the CEO
guy who owns Tiffany's?
Yeah, the CEO of Tiffany.
I don't know.
Arnaud, I don't know, something Arnaud. And then his brother is the CEO of not Tommy Hilfiger, the watch. What's the watch? Ah, shit, I'm losing the brands here. No, Tag Heuer, the watches, right? And so he's representing himself by a Bored Ape. So I think there's things there to come. And I'm definitely for those kind of things.
I met the dude and he said he works for like LMV8 or whatever, and I was like, cool, and I didn't know what it was. I had to look it up.
Oh really? Yeah.
And he said they were more interested in like metaverse and wearables and stuff like that. They were not so much interested in other stuff. I found that weird, but they are aware of NFTs. They know about them. They are discussing them. So I think it should be part of any brand strategy to incorporate NFTs. I mean, why not?
Yeah. I think slowly but surely we'll get there. Currently, I think there's a big onboarding issue to get into the mainstream. Like all this custody stuff, and you really have to be like a savvy kind of self-driven, self-fiddly person to figure out how MetaMask wallet works and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely don't think we're ready for like the mainstream adoption yet. I'm still trying to like wrap my head around how it's gonna happen. But yeah.
But you know what? When the internet in 1995, 94 was coming out, people were writing FUD articles why the internet cannot possibly succeed because you need to retrain like so many millions of users in computers and they don't know how to do it. It's super complex. And I can see how it can seem impossible, but it happens another way in reality.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm still, I guess, too young to remember the early days of the internet. But I think, for those people who were part of those days and experienced the early days of the web, like Web 1 actually, many of them say that Web 3 feels like that. So
I was a kid, man, and I remember I was like 8, 9 years old, like I don't know, 97 or something, and I was talking to my granny on the phone, and I was like, yeah, I would love to have internet, granny. You should pay for it because I can go to the Coca-Cola website, and I didn't even fucking know what to do with it, but I wanted it so badly. Since I was a kid,
Yeah. I mean, my grandma till this very day, she doesn't understand the internet. She doesn't get the concept of it. And I don't know if I mentioned on the previous show, but the funny anecdote is that every Monday she queues up at the local tobacco store to buy her TV magazine, with the schedule, the TV schedule in it, and she basically plans her week around what she wants to see, like what kind of sport events or tennis, for example. And then sometimes she's like really pissed because what she sees on TV does not match what's in her magazine. And I'm like, yes, that's the whole point of the internet, that you can like dynamically update, in case it's, for example, raining, then they can like change it around and you can get like immediate notifications of why it's changed around. But it's a bit hard to get for her.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cute, man.
Yeah.
And buys the TV program. Waste of money also, but okay.
And it's needless to say that she doesn't understand what I'm doing with these JPEGs. And when I tell her, listen, this JPEG costs more than your entire house. Which is true, by the way.
But imagine if your grandson comes, shows you something really weird, and starts telling you this costs more than your house. How would you feel, right?
Yeah.
See it from her perspective also. It is weird shit.
Yeah, man, it's a different world because especially like we work remotely. I guess you guys work remotely as well. But like a lot of my family, they were doctors, right? Doctors. And work meant you go to the hospital at 8 o'clock in the morning and you come home at 8 o'clock in the evening after a full day of physical work. And now the fact that, I can literally just spend a whole week at my grandma's place in some lost village in Hungary, right? Because I'm half Hungarian. And I can just press few keys on my laptop and that's my work. It's just very hard concept for these older generations to understand.
Yeah, they think that it's not work, but it is the same work actually.
Yeah. And I think COVID definitely accelerated this.
That was the only fucking positive out of COVID, and the crypto NFT pump.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that was the only positive.
There was a lot of positivity around, Every other guys were positive.
So going back to ForeverPunks, what are some like other features and plans that you guys have beyond the drop of the NFTs for the platform?
Yeah, I mean, so listen, this week we'll be dropping the 1,000 NFTs. Next week, we are launching the bidding feature. And then from then on, the week after, we just basically want to bring as much liquidity as possible to the higher end of the punks market, right? We're speaking to, a lot of, market makers and liquidity providers so that they can, place their bids. We will have an API where, if you're, for example, a trader, a punk trader, you can make bids without having to manually click on the website. So we'll have that coming out as well. But also, like, as this will be a community project, we have an open Trello board, right? We have an open Trello board that literally anyone can access and see what we have in the pipelines. And the point of like this NFT pass is that you can literally like propose any feature that you would like to see implemented. And if you have enough like backing support from the community, we will go ahead and develop it. And I think this is in strong contrast to the main Punks website that is currently like maintained by Yuga, and I speak a lot to Noah over there, and it's very interesting how they treat that platform, and they treat it like as a finished work of art. Like that punk website was Larva Labs' kind of last work of art, and that's how they left it. And literally, they don't want to change it in any way. Like they want to treat it as like this finished work of art. And then if some people from the community like ourselves want to improve it, then we're free to do that. So that's what we're gonna do. And and yeah, well, what do you think?
Is ForeverPunks affiliated with Yuga?
So we're not directly affiliated, but we're chatting to them quite a lot. Good friends with Noah. He loves the project as well, but no direct affiliation.
Okay, all right. I think it's cool, man. I mean, like, I love the idea of like the revenue going back to the community, or maybe some other cool idea or something. Yeah, my only comment was about the passes. I'm sure that it's gonna be great. Don't mind my my negativity sometimes.
No. I mean, like,
But overall, I think it's great, man. It is a great platform. It has a place in the market.
I'm a lover of feedback. So if anyone has feedback, I am reachable on Twitter. I am on Discord as well. And by the way, if you guys are up for it, we can maybe open the stage for some questions. If some people in the audience want to come up and ask some questions, I'd be happy to answer those and receive feedback. But yeah, I mean, you must agree, like, we can only improve with receiving as much feedback as we possibly can, and that kind of creates this iteration loop which can just make us better,
feedback is very important, and I think positive feedback is useless if you show your stuff to someone and says, yeah man, it's great, I love it. Basically he told you nothing. But if someone says I didn't like this and this, and I didn't open it for that reason, yeah, some people might say, oh, fuck this guy. But no, this guy just actually gave you feedback. Valuable feedback.
True.
So not positive feedback is the best feedback, I think. Guys, raise your hands if anyone has any questions. Happy to pass on the mic. I don't know if Dudley, you have any questions.
No, about the feedback was just that we had great feedback, from our friend also Punk Rodo for some of our website user experience. So yeah, negative feedback, or critical feedback, is the best feedback for sure. Questions? Well, yeah. Are you excited about our today's drop of the Gazette? If I went to a little lightweighted question.
So I have been following.
No, guys, because I'm a little bit fiddling on the background with Amal, and we're trying to get things done for today's drop. So.
It's happening live as we're speaking, man.
Yes, exactly. But it's gonna be cool drop today. So yeah.
I mean, so I'm not like the most hardcore follower, but I always see these stuff like appear on my timeline, and I love the UX, the UI, like the art you guys put into it. So it's an amazing designer you guys have on the team, and yeah, you guys have
it's Dudley, man. It's Dudley.
Really?
All this work is from Dudley.
Okay.
I have great designers in myself. Amal is helping me a lot, but yeah, we're basically really low, like
so how many of you guys are? So there's you, Redlioneye, Dudley, Ilya as well, and how many of you are working on this full time?
Oh, we have Stephen, we have Amal, we have Luca, we have Sweet Potato,
and
we have Omega, Tibor, Cruz.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we're around 10, let's say. So
around 10.
That's impressive. Yeah.
It is.
But yeah, I mean, I would love to meet all of you guys one day over a beer, maybe at an NFT conference or something.
I would like that too, man. I would like to meet all the team together. I think that's close to impossible.
We're around the globe, we have like people wandering around. Some are in India, some just go for good times in Bali or wherever they want to go. Our dev crews, he always say, I'm in Finland, I'm in
Oh,
like
he's a
Portugal.
digital nomad.
I'm
He's
in
so
there,
cool, man.
where
He's
are
really
you now?
cool.
And he always surprised with like new location.
I mean, these are the teams that I'm bullish on. That are all over the globe, remote. That like you're really paid for your work and not for your physical presence. Like that's why I'm so against like office work, because this office job that I had back in the days, they really just cared about me being there at the office at 8 o'clock and leaving at 5 o'clock. That's all they really cared about. And teams like you,
Yeah,
it's just
it's
get the
soul
work done.
draining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it will be like good, even though, because you can stop, when someone's going wrong direction, as I was in the office and being art director with like physical presence. So sometimes you can just have a look at the monitor and say, hey, hold on, what you're doing there. So yeah, sometimes it's helpful, but totally get it that remote work is the future. And we're working on a digital product.
But we are flipping it around. We want from remote work to go to physical work, to start our own physical space.
You want us to go to Barcelona?
Yeah, I want them to immigrate to Barcelona with me.
Wait, so you're immigrating to Barcelona, or what is it?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yes, I spend a lot of time in Barcelona actually. So if you're there, let me know.
Yeah.
Barcelona is an amazing city.
Well, that's a goal. We want to somehow get to become a real thing and establish a physical presence, headquarters, move our team over there. Change everybody's life and do even better and better stuff. But it takes time.
I mean, I don't know how you guys have it planned, but I'm a strong believer of like, you have to have your work adapt to your life and not your life adapt to your work, right? So I'm a believer that if your life is in Barcelona, if your dream is to be in Barcelona, then by all means go ahead, move to Barcelona.
I love it there.
But if you go and if you just move to Barcelona because you're forced for work, then I don't think that's the best way to do it.
No, it's the best. I will force them for work and they will be happy.
I mean, listen, if you pay them well enough, they can work for you for 1 year and they'll be so rich they can just retire. And then...
Yeah, it's better work. It's better life there, man. Of course, it's a dream right now, and we are daydreaming.
I'm actually going to Barcelona back on Friday, so if anyone is there and wants to grab coffee, like just hit me up.
Oh, nice, man! I'm so jealous. I will be there in July, I think.
June, July. Yeah, I usually like escape during the summer because summer gets crazy over there. It's super hot. You have all the tourists. So the best time of the year is definitely like spring and autumn. So
where are you from? Where are you living?
So I am half French, half Hungarian.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm somewhat of a nomad as well, and I like to spend most of my, let's say, I don't know, 5 to 8 months in Barcelona, depending on how things go.
Fuck, we're gonna be hanging out.
yeah. I mean, listen, I tell you, I mean, currently, my girlfriend, she's in Bordeaux. That's why I'm in France now. But
you also have a girlfriend. Wow, man.
What's that supposed to mean? Yeah. I mean,
I'm so impressed.
Doing my best. Yeah, but she finds me crazy with all these JPEGs as well. I was on Maxwell's podcast last week on Punkcast. And I mentioned over there that, like NFTs, they're just this crazy thing that it's the first thing you think of when you wake up in the morning. It's the last thing you think of before falling asleep. And of course, if you have like a full-time girlfriend, they would like it to be them that you think about all the time. So you have to find a balance somehow.
That reminds me the meme with the girl and the dude on the pillow, looking at
Yeah,
the phone.
exactly. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Is he
In
thinking
strong,
about me? Oh, what's the punk flow right now?
yeah. In strong contrast with the meme where there's the guy in the corner of the room and there's like they don't know that I own a punk or something. You know that meme? And then everyone's like in the party having fun, and then there's the one weird guy in the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that meme.
All right, man. We don't have anybody raising hands.
No one with a question. I'd love to answer some questions if you feel like just hopping up for a
Yeah,
quick
that's the
question.
thing. We don't usually get questions. I also love when we get a couple, but
So let me say this. Before we wrap, maybe. A good punk friend of mine, Valko. I'm sure you guys all know Valko. I've never met him actually. He's in the US, and we're both big fans of this like digital nomads, solo entrepreneurs. And we decided, why don't we just give it a shot and try to do twice a week spaces here on Twitter. And so we decided 2-3 weeks ago that we're doing these spaces, and every Tuesday and Thursday at what is it? I think it's 9 a.m. Eastern. So we're doing this thing called the Punks Roundtable. Like it's a little space, a bit like this. It's less of an interview format. It's more like of like we discuss kind of what's happening with the markets, stuff like that, with the NFT markets, the punk markets, crypto markets, stuff like that. And we just invite anyone on stage who has questions. It's a back and forth chat. So yeah, feel free to if you're free, join that space as well. We'd love to.
yeah,
welcome.
if it is, you said 9 Eastern. It's a little late for me in Europe, but
It's 2 p.m. for us over here. So yeah.
so 3.
He said it was in the morning. In the morning.
In the morning.
Eastern. Yeah.
Oh,
In the morning,
okay.
U.S. time. So it's.
Oh,
it's
okay. Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Valk also DM'd me. He was, we chatted a little bit. I would love also to have him on the show. And yeah, just throw me a DM because like I'm so confused sometimes.
Yeah. It's really
So
hard
many
with the time
things to do,
zones. It's
Yeah.
really hard with the time zones. I mean, so tomorrow's mint is at 11 a.m. Eastern, but I'm gonna put out a tweet with all the different time zones. So it's like so confusing. But that's gonna be 5 p.m. for me. It's gonna be midnight in Singapore. It's gonna be God knows what in Los Angeles. It's like all over the place.
Okay.
But yeah, I see Sarah. Sarah is on stage. Can you hear me, Sarah?
Hey, GM, how are you guys doing?
Hi, Sarah. It's amazing to have you on stage. So, do you want to present yourself and tell these lovely listeners who you are?
No, not. You can present me. to try to present myself.
Okay. So, Sarah basically is my Dudley. She is our amazing designer. So everything that you see related to ForeverPunks that is like creative and like design related was made by Sarah, and she was also there in Paris. So you might remember this girl with the blue hair towards one side. That is Sarah. So she's very distinguishable, and you can see her. And she's also an amazing metaverse architect. So I usually like to say that if you guys have kids or will have kids, your kids will live in the metaverse kind of spaces that will be designed by Sarah. So you better get on good with Sarah, be on good terms with her, because your kids' future depend on her. There you go. That's my intro.
Are you hearing
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Sarah.
And
she's also
yeah, nice
also
to meet
in
you, Sarah
Barcelona.
Dudley.
She's also in Barcelona.
Oh, you're also in Barcelona.
Yeah, I heard people talking about Barcelona, and I was working and listening to the spaces, and when you mentioned Barcelona, I was like, "Yeah, what? Tell me more." So of course, if
Yes,
you ever
I'm planning.
come,
I'm planning to move there. It's such a wonderful city, man. Like it's amazing for me. It's a great fit.
best decision ever.
But yeah, buddy, I mean, listen, I have a flat over there that if you want, I can like rent out to you over the summer because usually I like go away. So I have this empty flat. So, drop me a
Oh
DM if
yeah,
you.
because I was looking to rent a house for July. Is it
Yeah.
full or it's
Yeah.
like a dirty basement
No, no,
with
it's a
rats
garage.
inside?
Bro, it's bear market. I live super low cost. It's bear market. During the bull market, I live in this amazing mansion, but now in the bear market, man. But
I
yeah, no,
was, to
let's
be
take this
honest,
offline. But
I was planning to rent something that similar to what I was going to buy, but it's a little too expensive. So I don't know. Yeah, but we will chat about this for sure.
yeah, feel free to drop me a DM and we can discuss offline.
All right, fantastic, man. I want to thank you for coming in and chatting with us. Looking forward to the drop tomorrow and the next time you come to chat about Forever Punks and the developments that you guys gonna bring.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. This was super fun. It's always so nice talking to you all, and I hope to meet you all in person one day.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
will
same,
be
man.
in Lisbon.
Likewise.
You will be in Lisbon, right?
Yes, so I am aiming to come to Lisbon for sure.
Okay, because I'm pushing everyone to after New York, we will go Lisbon. I will go there 1 month earlier. I will pick out the best fucking venues.
Nice.
So it's
Well,
gonna be
Lisbon
great.
is the best city after Barcelona. I just fell in love with it the first hour I was in there.
You mean Lisbon?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. It's amazing. I've been there. It's really cool. So yeah, very nice to meet you, Sarah. Thank you, Forever Punks, for coming in. Thanks everyone for listening to our show. We have another one coming up tomorrow. Let's see who we are chatting with tomorrow. Um, so we have Landau Carlsian, and then on Thursday we have Renee. Oh, I'm looking forward to both of these chats. Yeah, the Gazette is going live in a couple of hours. Check it out, everyone. It's amazing. It's going to be really cool.
As
Dadi
always.
and Amal putting a lot of work into it. If you want
Well,
to,
actually, yeah, we put a lot of the work, but this time we had a borrowed classic piece, so we just
nice.
like redo it or remix, let's say. So yeah, guys, stay tuned, and it's gonna be live in a few hours.
Yeah, we are going to start posting stuff, but yeah, it's gonna be really cool. If you like what we do and you want to support us and collect our wonderful art, this is the way. Again, thanks everyone for listening. Take good care. Bless and love. Bye bye.
Thank you guys. Bye
Cheers,
bye.
guys. Bye bye.